Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends and family. I hope this message finds you happy, healthy, and well. I'm being obedient, trying to anyway. For the most part, I have been very obedient. There has been some delayed obedience this month, but I'm working on that. Holy Spirit spoke to me again and has a special message for those of you that need to hear it this morning. So I pulled over, and here I am. The memory that Holy Spirit brought to mind was of a time that was very difficult for my family and I, financially difficult. My husband was the only one working at the time, but we were fine. Every dollar was accounted for and we were covered. There shouldn't have been any issues. This was when my youngest was born. We were very sleep deprived, and we did not realize for 2 months that our bank was sending double payments to our mortgage company on different days. So we had not caught on to that for 2 whole months. In addition to that, we also had fraud on our credit cards, and there had been charges on all of our cards. Once we realized that, all the cards were frozen, investigations were done, but during that time frame, we couldn't use our credit cards, and our funds were depleted. We didn't realize that again for 2 whole months. So when it came time to buy some formula milk, I breastfed all 3 of my children, but I supplemented with Infamil formula. And we didn't have the resources to buy the milk. We were in complete shock. We were looking for cash around the house, and we just didn't have enough. And there was slight desperation on my part. I couldn't believe that we were in those circumstances. I was going to head to the car to see if we had any change or any money that we might have left in the coin compartment. And I opened the door, and there was a box delivered. I brought the box in, opened it up, and this always makes me emotional. God is our ultimate provider, and I've always known that, but God shows me that often. And so what was in the box was a large Infamil powdered formula, the same formula we always used. Usually they give samples at the hospital of the sleeves, or at least when my youngest was born. But I had not seen a whole large canister being given as a sample through the mail. I never signed up for samples. And normally when a person does, they send the sleeves, like 2 or 3 of the sleeves. And here we were receiving a whole can of the same formula that we used. God provided for us in that moment in a beautiful way, and reminded me continually that He is our ultimate provider. No matter what circumstances we are going through, God always comes through. And the Bible verse that always reminds me of this is Luke 12:22. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than birds?" So beautiful. And a reminder that God always provides for us. We need to have faith. We need to pray and ask. And even when we don't ask, God always provides. Remember that you are not alone. And before I forget, once we caught on that our mortgage was being withdrawn twice a month, we were able to put a stop to it. And we were very blessed because that was the circumstance that put us in that situation. And we were able to resolve all the fraudulent charges that had been placed on all of our cards. Everything was lifted and we were fine again. But for 2 months, it was challenging. But God provided each and every day in every way. I hope this message touches those that need to hear it, and that it's split in all directions to touch as many people as possible and remind you that God is there for you and that you're not alone. I love you all and have a beautiful day.